We have multiple updates regarding the Oklahoma City Thunder. As the first thing we're going to talk about today is something Stephen A. Smith said on national television, saying that he doesn't have faith in the Oklahoma City Thunder to make the finals and even win it. Then also some news from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander regarding his agency and potential future plans with the Oklahoma City Thunder. We're going to break all of this down as it's been a busy past few days here regarding the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm going to break it all down for you guys here on Thunder Digest. Before we get into this all though, two quick things. Yes, I know it's been a minute. My voice might sound a little bit off here, dealing with strep throat. I could barely talk yesterday, so that's why we didn't have a video. Today, gonna try to get it back out there for you guys, and just kind of fight whatever's going on with me. And secondly, most important, as always, around 64% of you guys that are watching these videos are coming back on a regular basis, but yet aren't subscribed to the channel quite yet. It'd mean the world to me if you guys can just hit that subscribe button. Want to hit 3,000 before we hit our first year, kind of mark of this being a channel here. 4,000 would be great, but really aiming for 3,000 there. We're really close to it. So if you enjoyed the content, find yourself coming back on a regular basis, and you want to support the channel, the best way to do so is just by hitting that subscribe button. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into talking about this today. And like I said, sorry if my voice sounds a little bit off here. Like I said, fighting strep throat, but we're still going to try to put it out here for you guys. So, first thing first, talking about Stephen A. Smith, all right? We all know Stephen A. Smith loves to just talk, all right? We know, and he just loves to put stuff out there, all right? And love him or hate him, all right? He's really good at it, and he's one of the best media personalities out there. But he did say something that has Oklahoma City Thunder fans in a little bit of a twist here, as this whole season, he's been hyping up the Oklahoma City Thunder the entire year. But then when he was asked by Shannon Sharpe if he's willing, bet his whole television career on the Thunder making it to the finals and winning it, he was not willing to bet that, all right? He was not. He almost pretty much called them frauds there. So this is what he had to say right here. Stephen A. Smith doesn't believe the Thunder are legit because they couldn't win a championship a decade ago. Hilarious line of thinking. LMAO. Clemente, as always, he drops bangers. All right, go check up with him, read all his articles, all that good stuff from Clemente over there. But that is a hilarious line of thinking that the Oklahoma City Thunder aren't going to win a championship this season because, of the past. Because of what happened a decade ago with KD, Russ, and Harden, then also even KD and Russ in that run against the Warriors there for 2 years or so, how they couldn't get it done then. He's thinking, if that team couldn't get it done, why can't this team? They're completely different teams, all right? It's a completely different league now. This team might be the best team the Thunder will ever put together in their entire franchise history. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way right now. This is probably going to be the best team we ever see for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and one of the best teams we see all time in NBA history. So that's why it's a little bit different. But Clemente Almanza did talk about it perfectly in his article as well right here. Thunder prettily sit at the top of the West with a 44-10 record. They have the league's best point differential at plus 12.9. They own the best net rating in NBA history. All indicators point towards them being the title favorite, as the only teams that can compare them are some of the greatest of all time. That said, Smith is still skeptical about the Thunder's playoff chances. He can't shake their past shortcomings in a championship. When egged on by Shannon Sharpe to put his television career on the line by calling the Thunder legit, Smith couldn't do it. No, Smith said, I think they looked legit. I believe in SGA. He was my MVP last year, and he is my MVP now. So he's hyping up the Thunder still, talking about SGA, saying that he's the MVP, and we will talk about SGA in depth a little bit here later on, because he is the MVP this season. He should have been MVP last season. If not him, it should have been Luka. I just don't see how Jokic could have won it last year, but the past is past. All right, the present is now here. We got to focus on that. I just find it crazy how he's focusing on their past shortcomings from completely different teams and a young GM and completely different coach and completely different staff. All right, I don't know why he's so focused on those past shortcomings. We have a better team now than the Thunder have had in the past. All right, the closest team we can compare to is that team that made it to the finals in 2012. Even then, I'd rather take this team than that team. All right, because now they have heaps of playoff experience. I say heaps, a good amount of playoff experience. They have size. They filled all their holes. It doesn't even look like they have any holes now, besides maybe more consistent three-point shooting. But even then, they're still winning games with streaky three-point shooters. So this team looks legit. I don't know why he wouldn't say that. Second part of Clemente Almanza's article here that we'll break down. I think Sam Presti is one of the elite executives in the game. This man has put a roster together, but look at the players he has had over the years. The man still hasn't won a championship, Smith said. I don't know if there's some black cat running around that franchise. I don't know what the hell is going on, but someone, some way, they find a way not to get it done. So until they do, no, I'm not going to put my money on them, but I'll put my money in SGA all day, every day. That brother is the real deal. And then Clemente went in on Stephen A. Smith a little here, kind of like acting like Kendrick Lamar with this bar here. It's a little silly to suggest an NBA franchise might be cursed because they haven't hoisted up the Larry O'Brien trophy. Winning a championship is an incredibly difficult feat that requires both elite talent and luck. Surely a New York Knicks fan like Smith can understand that. All Presti can do is build the best rosters capable of a title, and he's done that over the last 2 decades. And he has competed for titles multiple years in a row and running. All right, like the Oklahoma City Thunder are one of the best franchises of all time when you look at, like, you know, playoff, you know, like successful teams to bad teams, lottery teams. They're one of the more successful franchises. I know it's a short, you know, franchise and everything. They haven't been around all that much, but Sam Presti has done a ton in his short time with Oklahoma City Thunder. So this line of thinking is kind of crazy. But I am glad that he is betting on SGA, because now SGA is also betting on himself, which goes into our second topic today here, as SGA has announced that he has parted ways with his representation to make the bold move of serving as his own agent. This is interesting, all right, because this could mean a multitude of things. Maybe something was going on with this agent behind the scenes, okay? Maybe that was going on. Maybe the agent was costing too much money and didn't want to do that anymore. Maybe he just wants to represent himself and kind of go on a bold move here, kind of doing what Jaylen Brown does, because they look like similar players, not with play style, but off the court, what they do and how they speak and act and talk. So it's just one of those things where this feels like an SGA thing to do right here. He's having an MVP season, and if you guys aren't sure why he's having an MVP season, look at this right here. The 2017 Warriors had a plus 22.9 net rating when all four of Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson were on the floor. The 2025 Thunder have a plus 27.7 net rating when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is on the floor without both Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams, all right? Without them. This right here shows you, okay, this team is still doing, you know, almost 30 points better than other teams when it's just SGA, when he's without his second and third options right there. When you have arguably the greatest team of all time, when those 4 guys are playing, they're only beating teams by an average of 23 points. A kind of absurd stat to see right there. This kind of proves that SGA is the MVP of the league, and he's going to get this Supermax extension, all right, of up to $80 million per year. This is why I think he let go of his agent. It's been a bunch of speculation right here. Maybe he wants all that money to himself. Yes, but I don't think so. Maybe he takes a Jalen Brunson approach now and like, look, now I don't have an agent taking a certain percent of this cut here, all right? I can take, you know, what I would have been getting anyways because of my agent. I can take that deal, boom, save up some cap space to help us out with the new CBA rules. SGA seems like a team guy. He really likes OKC. He said he never wants to leave OKC. He wants to keep this team together. This is how you do it right here, by taking a pay cut. Now cutting his agent, he could take a $15 to $20 million pay cut and still get paid the same amount that he would have if he took the max deal right there with an agent. That's what I'm kind of looking at here and gathering from him letting go his agent, trying to represent himself now. Going to make more money, especially with his own signature shoe coming out with Converse now that we will be getting once it's out there. So it's just an interesting thing to look at, because it could mean a bunch of things right here, all right? It's going to give him a ton more power now when negotiating for other contracts and other things as well, brand deals. It's like we don't really see that a ton with NBA players representing themselves, but SGA is in the best position to do this so far. That's all I got for this video. I don't really have anything that you guys want to say out here, but if you reached to this point of the video, as always, hit that subscribe button. If you reached this far into the video as well, just let me know where you guys are watching from. Really interested to see where you guys are all from here watching these videos. That out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next video.